Funny, ridiculous. So, Suze, welcome back. And last session, you left with some quite interesting thoughts and some really important actions for you. So, shall we spend a bit of time talking about how you got on with them?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. So last week I had said that I was having like the trouble of dealing with just dealing with people and time and management there. And as we were talking, or as you were asking questions, my head pinged and thought, oh, actually, meetings and setting meetings was possibly a way forward to help with my time management, because I've tried other things in the past that haven't quite worked necessarily. And so I've had a try at this. Yeah, so that's where we're at with.
So you had a
Only
try.
Yeah,
And
we had a try.
so, and what was it? What was it like? How did it go?
It was uncomfortable because it was for somebody who is above me. So I asked them. They wanted to see me, and I had to ask, can I push it back and speak to them later? So it was an uncomfortable feeling for me personally, just because that was the first opportunity I could do it, and I was going to be brave. They have no idea that I have done that to them. I think they're just like, oh yeah, that's fine. She's organising her time. But actually, it was really, for me, it was a relief, because it meant that I could carry on with what I needed to do, even though they were time pressured with what they wanted, and that it just meant I wasn't so frazzled on that day. Um, I can see the benefit of why I did it for that person. I can see that it won't work all the time as well. But for that moment in that time, it just meant I could get on with reports, because we were in report writing season at the moment. And yeah, I was braver than I thought I could be. And I guess it's something as silly as that. Like last week, I was not anywhere thinking about meetings and booking people in to see me. I'm so open door and let people in that actually, that was probably I didn't even think about meetings until we chatted. And actually, the benefit of having this meeting and pushing it back to after school and not doing it then and there was, it gave me time as well. It gave me time to think about what they were asking me, because I kind of knew what was coming up. So actually, there's some benefits in that way as well, that you don't just have to jump in and try and what's the word, like a firefight, I guess. Yeah.
So lots of learnings, and maybe in a minute we'll talk about the practical benefits. But I'm really struck by that word you use, brave. So tell us a bit about the braveness that it took to be able to do this.
Yeah. So I think I said it last week that I'm saying that I'm brave because obviously I'm a people pleaser, so I'll just happily, like I said, my door's always open. You can come and see me, and I hate the thought of putting people off, because obviously part of my role is very oriented around a team. But I felt brave to do it, because obviously this is somebody who's above me in position. So it's not the other way around. So usually people that come see me are usually part of my team, rather than somebody I report to. So I think it was a brave situation to do, because it was an opportunity, and I just thought, you know what, I'll try it. The worst they can say is no, I need to see you now. But it was good, because actually now I can see that even people who are above me can respect boundaries that I might need to set as well. So it was enlightening as well, actually, in some ways, because I've gone from being brave enough to say to somebody, can I leave that 2 hours and meet you at this time? Will that be okay? And there was no issue. Whereas in my head last week, I had that thought of, oh, if I do that, then that might look like I'm shirking the job off a little bit, and I'm putting myself. Well, I was putting myself first because I was doing reports, but I think I had that worry that isn't right necessarily. When actually, in hindsight now, like 3 days on from doing this, is that it was the right thing, and I've put myself first, and I didn't have to do what I had planned to do in that time at any other time. So yeah, there's massive benefits, and it's great.
And when you say you put yourself first, yeah, okay, there's getting reports done, but you also started talking about the benefit of having a more considered meeting. And
Yeah.
just say a bit more about that.
So I think because I'm so oriented in trying to help people straight away, I don't think I give myself enough time to maybe prepare for things, which actually, looking at this week, having that time to prepare, even just to be aware that, oh, I'm going to meet about X point,
Hmm.
I I think I was calmer going in, whereas sometimes I think if you are caught on the spot, not that you're not calm, but like your brain can be busy, and this just gave me the time to go. I know what's happening. I know what's coming. I can't guarantee I can't guarantee the outcome of the meeting, but I know where it's going, and it just gave me a bit of breathing space to know that I can't fix it yet, and that's okay. And that's something that is really important. I think that I've learned from having a go this week is that it was okay to push it back and know that because it wasn't going to get fixed straight away anyway. It was it's just one of those meetings where you have to have it at some point, but it was nice to have to say, no, give me a couple of hours.
And so that experience, like, was it important for you to have the experience to then see actually these benefits?
Oh gosh, yeah, 100%. I think, yeah, definitely. If I'd have just said to him, actually, let's meet now, like you say, let's meet, we're both free. I wouldn't be feeling like this now because I've not managed to do it to somebody who's in my team, but that's just based on how the week's gone. But it's made me realise actually how I've benefited from it, which last week I had no insight that I would actually benefit from having time to think or time to just tick off something else and not have that busyness in my head for another meeting. So yeah, definitely. If I hadn't have done it this week, I'd still be that anxious, worried. Oh, I've still got to do it, and still got to try it. I mean, I can see times where it wouldn't work because obviously a meeting's for a two-way thing, isn't it? And it has to benefit the other person. But I'm lucky that opportunity happened this week. It just happened to be the deputy head rather than somebody else in my team.
Okay. But in some way, how might that have been better that you've had to do that to a more senior person as opposed to a colleague who might have felt that they had to just say yes to you?
Well, that's a good question. How might it be better? I guess it shows that in a way that I'm also prioritizing things that are important to me. So obviously, I think I said last week that I am first and foremost a teacher, and my class are my priority. So to prioritize them and their reports and that side of things, I think it just showed that that's me, and that's my expectations in my role. Not to say like that there's no issues that way anyway, but it's just I think it was good because it just showed no, I am busy and I've just got to get this finished and then I will meet with you. And I think dedicating that time also showed that I'd be more present in it. Whereas again, I don't know if this makes any sense, but when you've got lots going on and you're stopping something for a minute and then you're going to do something else, your head still, or my head still, is quite busy. So it, in a really weird way, it made me more present for them as well. So I think it was good. It was helpful.
Okay. So thank you for that. So you've got all these benefits.
Yeah.
You see the benefits for them, the meeting, but also the flow. And you said that sometimes this would be the right approach, and sometimes that maybe an instant meeting would also be the right approach. Does that feel all right, knowing that you've got two choices?
It feels a lot better. It does feel a lot better. I think I still need to feel brave enough to do it for a colleague now, like a team member, because I think I'm still a people pleaser, and I think whereas management know how busy I am and what we're doing because we're all on that side of things, so they know that I've got the other side with the teaching load. Sometimes I don't think teachers, because we all put our classes first, that is the most important thing. So to a teacher, their priority is their class and whatever's going on, and so I think I might almost find it harder to say to them, let's hold fire, let's meet at this time. But that's something I've got to work on, isn't it? I mean, that's my next step, I think, is just to try and say to them, yep, I'm here for you, but let's meet at 3:30, or yes, I'm here, let's meet tomorrow when we can both breathe a little bit more. I haven't done that yet.
Okay. So you talked about maybe needing to talk through that a little bit and understand that a bit more. Would that be then a topic that you'd bring to
probably? Yeah, it's probably like that. Trying to work that through, definitely.
Okay. Well, thank you for getting stuck in and reviewing all these actions. Last question I wanted to check in is, like, what's been your learning from from what you've done over this last week and this bit of talking about it?
I guess the learning is that this has been a thing in my head for a few months now, so from September. And last week I was I had no idea where I was going to go. I genuinely thought you were going to guide me back to, not guide me, I don't even know how to say it. I genuinely thought I was going to say I'm going to have to come back into my room and really make a try of that again. But I don't know how, I can't even remember how this meeting thing came up, but my brain just clicked and it was like, no, why am I not doing that? And I think it just showed me that actually speaking to somebody and just being heard and just it helped my brain just process stuff. So it was really good. I feel like I've learned that there are other skills that people use that I may not notice straight away. So it is good to maybe to chat to other people. So maybe next time I could either speak to somebody that is experiencing something similar and seeing what they do. So it's been really useful to do. But I think it was more useful that I knew I had to have a go at it. And I think that because I knew that obviously I'd be meeting you again and we're doing another coaching session, I think it was good that I had to feel responsible for it. And I think that's why maybe I was also quite brave in trying to have a go with trying the meeting. So.
Well, thank you, and thank you for talking this through and for sharing all of that. And you've used these really big words, haven't you, about being brave and having a go and trying, and you're learning and people pleasing. So and it's really good that you're appreciating how far you've gone and all that the efforts have made. So thank you so much for that.
No problem.